Can you hear me, guys? Beautiful. Iris down a hair more. Just a hair more. That's good. Beauty. Oh, check the focus as well. Boom. That's the zoom. I mean, if you want to look at my right breast, you're good to do that. Are we good now? My left or your right? What did he say? Okay. So we'll not talk about that. Okay.
Soccer fans, welcome to Zions Bank Stadium. May the 4th be with you today. Spencer Ward, Landon Southwick on the call of tonight's game in this USL Western Conference Championship game between the Fresno Foxes and the Real Monarchs. Spence, what do we expect from this game? One side's coming in undefeated. The other side struggled on the road last week.
Yeah, obviously we're looking for the Monarchs to continue their home field domination, which is the most important part. Very much like Major League Soccer, USL is very, very difficult to pick up results.
And one of the things the Monarchs have been very efficient as is picking up results here at Zions Bank Stadium, undefeated and only lost one regular season game here in 2 seasons, but on the road been quite dismal as of recent, losing at Austin this last week and struggled.
It is very, very difficult, and as I said, very much like Major League Soccer, it's very, very difficult to pick up results on the road, and that's why you need to make the home field advantage really, really count.
Fresno comes in as one of only 2 USL teams that is undefeated on the season, so that's a big storyline. Can they stay undefeated on the 2019 season? Like we mentioned, Monarchs have only lost 1 game, regular season game here at Zions Bank Stadium, and another noteworthy thing from tonight's game, the Monarchs have 6 players in the 18 from the RSL Academy. So that's really that pipeline that a lot of people ask for as you're seeing a beautiful shot of the Ochre Mountains. Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference. David Horst likes to give me a lot of trouble and hassle on this because I like to bring up the standings. They don't mean a whole ton at this point, still early on in Week 9 in the USL, especially with Fresno having only played 6 games, Monarchs in that 7th spot. We'll take a quick break and be back with starting lineups shortly. America First Credit Union, ensuring the financial health of local families and businesses for 80 years. Tonight's match is presented by Steward Healthcare. Steward, world-class healthcare where you live. Visit steward.org. Mountain America. Start preparing for your future today with Picture Perfect savings accounts from Mountain America. They offer term deposits, youth accounts, retirement savings, and more. Visit macu.com. For banking that always puts the best team on the pitch, Zions Bank is for you.
A lot can happen when your sidekick is a dog.
I got this.
That's why I use Zelle in the Mountain America app. It makes sending and receiving money fast and easy. So Kicker and I can keep the adventure going.
Zelle is now in the Mountain America mobile app. Quickly send and receive money from almost anyone with a bank account in the U.S.
Kicker, my sleeping bag.
I've got this.
All with the convenience and security of the Mountain America app.
Beautiful national anthem sung. Now let's check out the starters from both sides, starting with the visiting Fresno FC. As you can see, a mainstay for Fresno in goal, Cochran. Guys to keep an eye out for, Cheney tonight. A couple guys on the bench that you might see late that we possibly could have seen in the starting lineup, very capable of scoring goals, Kaffa and Johnson. But a quality side from this Fresno side. Like we mentioned, they're 2-0-4 on the season, 10 points, 13th in the West, and this starting lineup really is reflective of how they've been defensively very strong with Daly and Del Campo.
They do like to clog up the middle channels, Lannon. Obviously, we have Ali Horjic, who's one of the go-to guys there that you'll be looking out for, and will be one of the danger guys as well.
Let's check out the starting lineup from the Monarchs. As you see, a slightly adjusted 11 from Martin Vasquez with the loss of Jack Blake, who picked up a slight knock in training this week. But you can see Martinez up top, and he's a guy that scored last week. 1 goal, 3 assists on the season. Can he find his form and move forward efficiently?
Massive game for him, getting off the mark there for the Monarchs. Obviously, Tate Schmidt on the left-hand side, right-hand side, getting his first professional goal. Massive for him as well. So I do expect them to take that confidence into this game against Fresno this afternoon.
Fresno in their all-white kits tonight. Monarchs in their classic Cobalt kits.
Beautiful and fresh. Obviously, the danger man for Real Salt, sorry, for the Monarchs, I should say. Andrew Brody's been a mainstay for the Monarchs for a long, long time. Very, very honest player. Gets up and down the wing. Will do his defensive duty as well, Landon. And I do expect him to play a big part this afternoon.
And today, getting a slightly different assignment, sitting in the midfield, opposed to, as of recent weeks, playing right back. So we'll see if he can integrate himself. But like you mentioned, he's one of those guys that we call the Energizer Bunny. Gets up and down the pitch, defensively and offensively, very efficient on sending in cross. Another guy to keep an eye out for tonight, Michael Chang. Michael Chang, 4 goals on the season, 1 assist, tied for the USL Championship regular season assist record, but he's a guy that's very capable of providing service in that 10 role.
Can provide a spark, can get something out of nothing when sometimes you just need that when things aren't going your way. He can produce some little bit of magic to spark his teammates and to spark the team forward. Another guy to look out for is obviously the man that has played in the World Cup with Panama, Ricardo Avila. Very, very good player, and I do expect him, out of all these players that we've mentioned so far, to maybe start getting a look in with Real Salt Lake as well.
Dejan Susak, center referee for tonight's match. Karsten Gilwald, Daniel Fallis, and Scott Jones, the officials for this afternoon's matchup. Head coaches for both sides. Martin Vasquez for the Monarchs in his first season. Adam Smith in his second season for Fresno. We're underway. Monarchs are going to be moving from right to left across your TV screen. Schmidt gets held up there by Ellis Hayden. The ball is out, and it'll be a Monarchs throw-in. As you can see, Adam Smith already asking for some assistance. Kalen Ryden wearing the captain's armband for the Monarchs this afternoon, with Jack Blake normally wearing it, and like we mentioned, out with a knock. Ball quickly thrown in. It'll be Fresno throw-in, just across the midfield stripe. Hasso, academy product. They're defending. Horjic out wide to Ellis Hayden. Back to Daly. Cody Moto sitting in the middle of the park. He'll get it again. Chang in front of him. All chipped up over, looking, trying to beat Hasso on the wing. Tries to get around him. Hasso sticks out the arm, and the foul will be called here in the second minute of play. First foul given up by the Monarchs. Fresno with the lion's share of possession so far, kind of imposing a little bit of will. One of the things the Monarchs have struggled this season so far is starting games. David and I talked about that on our podcast this last week, on the Center Circle podcast. Monarchs have those first 15 minutes can be a little hairy.
Definitely, and you look at it right now, they're just trying to get a feel for the game, as you do in the early moments of a game, but they are allowing Fresno immediately the ball, and that might be something we need to keep an eye on.
9 of the 12 goals the Monarchs have given up this season have been in the first 45, 6 of the 12 in the first 30 minutes. Fresno's kind of similar in some of those senses. Last week gave up goals in the 4th and 12th minute to Orange County. They were able to salvage the points late in that one. Akomu, back from injury. Had himself on the bench for a couple weeks as he rehabbed some slight knocks. And Ochoa, another one the Monarchs were missing for a few games as he was up with Real Salt Lake. Akomu takes a stumble and clears it away.
Big opportunity for Ochoa to step in while was rehabbing. Hopefully he'll be back soon, but a little surprised that he's not with the RSL squad today as well.
RSL here locally this afternoon, playing this evening at Rio Tinto Stadium. It's all 3 teams for the RSL family. We're in town. Let's see Laura Harvey over there hanging out.
As she does most games.
As she picked up the 1-0 victory for the Utah Royals last night at Rio Tinto Stadium. My stadium's confused.
Amy Rodriguez with a late winner there. That makes it 3 1-0 victories in a row for Royals.
Without some international presences. Becky Sauerbrunn, the captain, and a few others. Kristen Press out away with the national team. Pena. Monarchs going to try to possess. Pierre getting his first touches. Another academy product, trying to find Avila. Schmidt and Avila weren't quite on the same page. Martinez is going to apply some pressure. Schmidt almost cut that off, but Fresno will go forward. Usalevic out wide. Hasso's there to defend. Hasso able to cut it off. Brody plays it forward, trying to hold it up for Martinez. Gets it to Chang. Chang's gonna find some space. Pierre into green grass in front of him. Right on the touchline. He'll play it back to Chang. Chang's gonna swing it in the box. It'll be cut out by Daly. Gonna give away there by Fresno, and it'll go out on the far side for a throw in here in the 5th minute of play. Still scoreless between these two sides.
Monarchs were able to stretch the field there. That's, you know, using the maximum width there of this beautiful Zions Bank Stadium, and really were able to stretch Fresno. Ball wasn't good enough, but obviously the ball went out with that clearance from Fresno out for a throw in, and we start again.
This pitch is identical size to Rio Tinto Stadium. One of the things that was drawn up in the design phase is they laid out this pitch. At a very high elevation here, 4,700 feet. Nice crowd on hand here for this Saturday afternoon matchup between these two sides. Cochran, 2 shutouts on the season. Played in all 6 games for Fresno. He'll play it high and long. He'll play a little keeper ball. Maybe it was the force driving that one. Had to get in, had to get it in there. Chang lays it off to Schmidt, too far out in front of him.
Nice idea, trying to spring the wingers as quickly as possible as Michael Chang, playing in a slightly different role, that number 10 role.
Ellis Hayden tried to take a few too many steps forward, and he'll be whistled back by the center referee. I'd like to thank all those of you tuning in on ESPN Plus this afternoon. This USL Championship matchup. Pena. Back to Ryden. Fresno with a few high-powered players on the bench tonight in Kaffa and Johnson, who have played well as of recent. Kaffa 9 goals last season for Fresno. Monarchs with a few guys on the bench that have started in the last few games. Moberg, Powder, and Plua.
Very well put together team, this Fresno squad. With the experience of Frank Yallop, you look at the coaching staff, you know, I pointed out earlier before we came on air, Robert Earnshaw, a ton of experience of playing back in England. You know, you just expect these guys to be very, very well prepared. And as you said, they're unbeaten right now, one of only 2 teams in USL.
And I think something to note, though, they have only played 6 games. Most in the USL have played 8. Tonight's their 7th, but they've been pretty efficient in those 6 games. Avila. Wide to Pierre. Goal differential is +4 for Fresno. Monarchs sitting on a +2 goal differential. Both teams in the positive. Brody, he'll cut inside, finds Pena. Out wide to Hasso. Hasso trying to find Martinez. And Del Campo was on his back. Gonna roll across the end line for a goal kick.
Nice idea, trying to come inside and then push the ball back out wide again. Try to confuse that back line. Just a little bit too much meat on there. And that goes, as you said, out for a goal kick.
Cochran's gonna set up for the goal kick. Cochran, formerly of Nashville side. Kicks high and long. Ryden's under it. He'll win the header. Busalevic's going forward. Headed back to Ochoa. Hasso did a good job to make eye contact with Ochoa, knowing that was going to get back to him. That's one of those situations, Spencer, where oftentimes you have to be nervy as you head it back in a situation like that with an on-rushing player. So Ochoa was trying to find Hasso. He'll go out for a Fresno throw-in.
I love the fact that the Monarchs are trying to play the ball out from the back and trying to maintain as much possession as possible. Didn't quite work then, but I appreciate the bravery from Ochoa to try and counter-attack and launch this team forward.
Throw-in taken to Akomu. Avila picks up his head. Thought about opening his hips, but plays it out wide. He's one of those guys, like you mentioned, with World Cup experience. He's a guy that's very capable of playing at this level. Ball forward, trying to find Martinez. Ball gonna be rushing forward. Del Campo quickly had to make a decision. Ball still bouncing around. Brody's gonna win it. And the Monarchs will maintain possession. Those sequences like that are where the Monarchs really have to clamp down. If they're gonna attack forward and put the pressure, they've got to go all in.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a full press there. And when you don't move as a unit, then it breaks down quite quickly, as we saw there.
Jackson was rushing onto that one. Ball out wide. Ellis Hayden with the throw-in just in front of the Monarchs bench. Into Busalevic. He gets a turn. Chang picks up his head. Chang trying to find Brody, really just couldn't get the hips to swing around on that one as he'll play it back to Cochran.
Had to play it a little too quick as the ball was about to roll out. Try to get that ball forward and get a little bit of curl on there to get into the path of Martinez. Didn't quite work out, but the Monarchs again will start with a throw-in on that far side.
You have to like so far what the Monarchs are trying to do. It took really that first 5-6 minutes for the Monarchs to settle in. Fresno had possession, but the Monarchs in the last few have been able to swing the ball and move it around the pitch. Nothing dangerous for either side so far. Horjic out wide. Cooper. Inside the box. Snatched out of the air by Ochoa.
Very good at coming off his line, very, very quick. Ochoa.
Schmidt plays it wisely back to Pierre. Wide to Hasso. Komu, he'll take the big switch. Looking for Schmidt on the touchline. Schmidt able to keep it in. Good little skill check there by him as he's able to keep that one in just with his heels on the line. Ochoa. Tokomu. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues around the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. That's selectsportamerica.com. Throw in for the Monarchs. For Fresno. Cooper's going to throw in just the midfield stripe. Like I mentioned, a beautiful afternoon here. Perfect weather for soccer in the mid-60s. Light breeze. That may be the only downside. But other than that, a beautiful afternoon.
Yeah,
footy.
The crowd looks like they're well into it. It's filling up nicely. And perfect afternoon for soccer, particularly the players, the guys that are going to be running around. We're not into the middle of the summer yet, so we're appreciating these, particularly them, they were appreciating these temperatures right now.
When you're on turf, adds to a little bit of the temperature. As Jackson, nice little turn there, able to play it off Pierre. Pierre, one of those RSL Academy players. Nice communication there. Ali Horjic. And Ellis Hayden. Pierre will take the throw in. Back to Ryden, wearing the captain's armband for the Monarchs this afternoon. Former Jacksonville Armada player as well as OKC Energy. Guy that's got a lot of strength on him. So play it wide to Como. Como looking forward, no one there. Martinez is going to apply some pressure. He'll chase. Martinez is going to be called for the foul, but not a bad foul to give up in a situation like that. You're going to put them deep in their own side. Obviously, it'll essentially become a goal kick. It'll make the keeper play it from the wide side.
Yeah, it just allows the Monarchs to get their shape again. A little bit frustrating because they were in a decent position. Wanted to see what the defender was going to do. But again, as I said, they can get their shape again, keep their heads up, and they're starting to creep into this game a little bit more. No real shots in anger. Both keepers haven't really been tested as we head into the 15th minute.
One real semi-opportunity for Fresno, as Ochoa was called on not too long ago. Able to collect it easily. Hordick. Trying to find inside Hasso there, but a foul will be called as Hasso goes in tough to the challenge. Busalevic is down. You'll get a replay look at that here. I think it was more of the follow-through after the foul that made it look a little worse. Looked like he caught the ball straight up in the beginning, but definitely a foul.
Yeah, Hasso just trying to nick the ball around his man. Doesn't quite make it. It's the follow-through that, as you said, that gives him the issue there. But I don't mind that. I mean, it's not in a crazy close place. As the referee rolls that ball back, it's going to be more of a ball into the box, which you prefer rather than a strike on goal.
Two players standing over it for Fresno. Couple man wall for the Monarchs. Line will be held on top of the 18. Ball going to be played back post. Okomu's there, headed away. Avila is going to run forward. Chang's going to apply pressure. And Ellis Hayden will play it all the way back to Cochran smartly. Big clear. And that's one of Fresno's things that you've seen 16 minutes in so far. When they need to alleviate pressure, they're just banging it forward and allowing their team to reset.
Yeah, slightly different philosophy from what the Monarchs and the philosophy of the entire club. The play out from the back, use the goalkeeper's feet.
Brody out wide, opportunity coming for the Monarchs. Brody inside the 18, at the top of the pitch to Chang! Goal! Michael Chang!
Beautiful finish as the ball rolled across. He just took a little step there, popped it in, and just followed through with the power that was put on the cross by Andrew Brody. And pops that in the back of the net. Is that goal number 5 now?
Goal number 5 for Michael Chang here in the 17th minute of play, and a beautiful build-up by the Monarchs. You could see that one building through the wing. Brody smartly read the misjudged ball by Fresno, able to get up inside the box and whip it right across the 18, where Chang knew exactly where he wanted to put that one. Goal goes to Michael Chang. Assist Andrew Brody on that one, and the Monarchs take a 1-0 lead here in the 18th minute of play. Not what Fresno wanted to see, as they've conceded goals pretty typically within that first half. All 5 goals they have conceded on the 2019 have been in the first half. Only one in that 16th to 30th minute. Now 2, excuse me. Monarchs scored a few goals this season in the first period. 6 goals to be exact, now 7 in the first 45.
This will do the lads of the world good confidence-wise, because they hadn't really put that back line of Fresno under pressure. This is the first real opportunity where they got in behind, and they absolutely punished them.
Beautiful goal. Like we talked about, an underrated part of that was the misjudged play on that far side. Brody knew exactly where that was falling, and he was able to run forward into open space. Monarchs no need to push forward completely. This is one of the things they've done well with once they get the lead, keeping the lead here at Zions Bank Stadium. Fresno, like we mentioned, trying to stay undefeated on the season, 2-0-4 here in 2019. Akomu looking for Avila. Ellis Hayden smartly heads it back to the keeper.
Yeah, kept stride to stride there with Avila, just got to his nose in front and was able just to nod that back to Cochran.
One of the things, though, that you might have noticed, I think that switch was more meant for Schmidt, who was a little further back and had a little space in front of him, but just was under hit slightly by Komu. Komu slightly misjudges that one. Opportunity here for Fresno. Going forward on top of the box. Played over to Ellis Hayden, and the Monarchs going to shift. Hayden plays it inside the box, headed away by Ryden. Hasso defending. Jackson just outside the 18, defended. Jackson goes down, no foul called. Looked to be a pretty even challenge, but I'd love to see a replay look at that one.
Yeah, it felt like it was shoulder to shoulder there, but we'll find out in the replay. It was a combination. He got sandwiched there a little bit.
One of those things that happens. I think oftentimes, if you're the home side or a fan of the side with the player going down in the box, your first reaction is shout penalty. But oftentimes when you take a second look at things, which the ref doesn't have that ability except for VAR, it makes it challenging.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the job that they do, I know they get a lot of flack, but to be honest with you, their job is almost near impossible, and for the most part, they do a really, really good job.
Kept in the corner by Martinez, played out, and it'll be a throw-in for the Monarchs just in front of the corner flag. Pena. Shot deflected away. Still on top of the 18. Chang keeps it alive. Jackson there. Chang and Jackson battling. And Schmidt was there. Schmidt took a crack, but the flag was up at that point. Foul on Michael Chang. So we'll get a second look at this one. Comes down. Kind of pinballs around. And I think he's going to be called for kind of the little bit of swim that you saw there. A la Zlatan Ibrahimovic, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit soft in my opinion, but it is what it is. We move on. There is a Monarchs player on the floor.
Martinez down behind the back line of Fresno. As Martin Vasquez will get a couple subs, offensive players up and running just in case Martinez is unable to go. Hamas Nalave giving instruction to Pierre. And that's one of those benefits when you have an MLS veteran, probably one of the better defenders in MLS history, giving instruction to a defensive player here in the USL Championship.
Yeah, the communication skills of Hamas Nalave is always been underrated. Obviously, being his second language in English, just all about confidence with him. You know, when he was playing for Real Salt Lake, he'd be around the offices, very, very quiet. But you get him on a one-on-one situation where he can communicate, he got a little bit more time to think, and as he's got more comfortable with the language, I just feel like he's a massive, massive asset, not only to the Monarchs, but to the entire organization.
Seeing some conversation there on the Fresno side, as you get to check out some of the dark side. Yes, I'm just kidding. They are the dark side over there in the corner. Stormtroopers. Darth Vader himself taking pictures. And we would be remiss if we didn't mention the passing of the actor that played Chewbacca, because that is near and dear to many players' hearts. So it looks like we're going to see a substitution as Martinez looks like his night may be done. He looks more of a upper body, maybe a head. Wonder if it is one of those cautionary substitutions for concussion protocol.
Yeah, it looks like he's looking a little bit groggy. But very surprised. I know when you play on turf, doesn't matter what you say. It's really.
There's our Wookiee.
This Wookiee looks great. I mean, why wouldn't you have a cameraman as a Wookiee?
Yeah, he
Awesome.
looks good.
And he's going straight down the tunnel as well, Landon.
I'd wonder if he's getting checked for concussion protocol, as the Monarchs look like they're going to make a substitution. Matt Glazer up there giving some instructions to the Monarchs. Zariaga is going to make his second appearance for the Monarchs here in the 2019 season. Played last week, but only in a short substitution appearance. The Monarchs are going to try to get this substitution on quickly. Homegrown player from Santa Rosa, California.
Interested to see where he lines up. I mean, do we go Tate Schmidt up top, Michael Chang back out to the wing, and Arriaga through the middle?
Looked like the head coaching staff was trying to figure out where the adjustment was going to be. We'll see how the Monarchs line up. But currently, the Monarchs will play down a man. Up a goal, but down a man here in the 25th minute of play. Fresno will try to exploit things. Del Campo. Big switch there. Pierre's there. Pierre wins the header. Schmidt back down to him. Avila. Big, nice turn there. He's pretty fluid in that midfield, and you can tell the confidence. But you'd imagine that from a guy that had to play in a World Cup. You'd hope he's very capable of making turns in the midfield.
Yeah, played a fair few minutes and would have done his experience and confidence the world of good. As I said, I do think that this is one to watch out for Real Salt Lake fans as well, not only Monarchs fans.
A foul called on the Monarchs. Akomu is going to be whistled for a foul. Not sure how that goes against the Monarchs in a situation like that, but he did fall on him. And a foul will be called. Good opportunity, essentially a short corner here coming for Fresno.
Please welcome to the match number 26, Luis Arriaga.
As Luis Arriaga, Santa Rosa native, excuse me. An RSL Academy player will come onto the pitch. Monarchs going to have to deal with this short corner, though. Ball inside the box, headed, and a goal. Ochoa's down, though.
Referee doesn't say anything, though. Not interested.
AR on the near side. Monarchs are trying to figure out what's going on. So we'll get a replay look at that as we're all knotted up here in the 27th minute of play.
Yeah, I don't see.
I don't. Ochoa goes down. I don't know that there's a foul you can call there as Cheney scores the goal to level things up here in the 27th, and he rose up nicely.
Yeah, he's a big boy, is Cheney, and just gets his forehead on that ball just in front of Ochoa's fist, and a good equalizer.
Monarchs have to see if they can adjust. Chang looks like he's going to now sit high for the Monarchs. Arriaga will sit kind of in that 10. Chang goes down. Kodimoto fouled him. This Fresno team is a very international team. They have players from 11 different countries on this side. Ryden trying to play it forward. Ryden, Pierre battling. Ryden rises up. It'll take a deflection. Foul will be, it'll take a deflection off the shoulder of Cheney, the goal scorer. It'll be a Monarchs throw-in. Akomu finds Arriaga. Good ball there. Arriaga getting his first couple touches of the match. Peña. Hasso academy trio there getting touches on the ball. Kind of fun for the RSL family to see that. Schmidt. Ball inside the box. Chang going to apply pressure to Daly. Ball takes a deflection. Still inside the box. And Ellis Hayden will move forward. Good defensive rate there by Avila to clog up that midfield and cut off the pass.
Yeah, growing into the game as Avila, getting more and more influential. More to do with the breaking up of play, Landon. And again, just one of his strengths.
Como. Back to Ochoa. Pena will drop deep into the back line. Avila's going to have a lot of space in front of him. Plays it wide to Chang. Excuse me, in the middle to Chang. Ball inside. Pena is going to move forward. Kotomoto beats him to it. Cheney. Kotomoto. And Fresno's going to try to start the attack. Fans, you can follow your favorite home team and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join over 2 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at espnplus.com. You can join me as a subscriber. It's on the best $5. I know I say that every week. It's on the best $5 I spend every week. Every month.
I love the Eredivisie, Dutch soccer. Love it. So it's one of those benefits, along with the USL.
You know it. USL Championship. Action here at Zions Bank Stadium on May the 4th. Ellis Hayden settles. Pick up his head. Jackson finds himself in space. Jackson plays it forward. Good ball there. Flag up on Cheney, though, as Ochoa did a good job to keep that one down and not coming through the box.
Great shape by the back line as well there to play that man offside.
Chang. Schmidt. You get a replay look at that. The 32nd minute of play. All level here at Zions Bank Stadium. Clouds have settled in slightly. Make it maybe a little more bearable on the eyes for some of those sitting out on the field. Avila's going to go down under the challenge. Valley Horjic. Riding to Komu. His team's all-time Monarchs hold a 3-0 record against Fresno. Fresno's hasn't won here, in Salt Lake City, or in the state of Utah, I should say, because we're in Harriman. Ball up over top. Chang's going to run under it. Daly plays it nicely back to Cochran. Kotomoto, nice little turn there. Acted like he was going to open up, then comes backwards. Ball out wide for Fresno. Numbers forward for Fresno. Ball inside the box. Pierre smartly plays it out for a corner kick.
Yeah, obviously got a call there from Ochoa as he gets the thumbs up from his goalkeeper. No need to mess around with the ball that close. And with good numbers in the box by Fresno.
Fresno has scored 3 of their 9 goals on headers this season. Trying to see if they can find the go-ahead goal here in the 33rd minute of play. Corner coming from the near side. Fresno with a lot of numbers forward. Everybody almost within that final third of the pitch, except for the keeper. Ball inside the box, looking back post. Akomu was pushed from behind and a foul called. Free kick coming for Ochoa. So we're going to replay, look at that foul. Yep. Elbow right into the back of Akomu. And he goes on down. Ball played wide. Schmidt's going to try to keep it in. He does. Trying to get it to Chang. Zariaga's there. And Chang applying pressure. But all the way back to Cochran. Cochran's just going to swing it forward. Little mix up there by Fresno as two players go down, and a miscommunication from the Monarchs. Jackson, Ellis Hayden made the run around him. Ochoa hesitated, but was still able to get out there in time. So he took a slight clip on the leg. You'll see this ball around, beautiful ball there. Ellis Hayden just wasn't able to get on the end of that one.
Good angles from the goalkeeper, but nice build-up play again by Fresno. You can tell by the two different styles there, Landon, with regards to how the goalkeepers play. You got Cochran there that will go long, looking for Cheney for the knockdowns, and then you got Ochoa always looking short to build out from the back.
Brody on that right wing has an assist so far in this match. Arriaga. Ball forward. Jackson. Akomu wins the challenge, and a foul from behind. There's Cheney. Takes down Pierre. Schmidt. Avila. Monarchs going to play some pressure, or excuse me, play some possession here. Header won by Ryden. Ryden frustrated that there was an elbow high at his throat. Arriaga. Avila, pass out and away. Ryden coming up limp there.
Yeah, I think
He'll go down.
I think Cheney just rolled up on his ankle there as they went for the header.
You're going to see a replay look at that one. Oh, yep. You can see the pain on his face. Those happen, though. He's up, walking it off. 37th minute of play, all knotted up at 1 here at Zions Bank Stadium. Pierre was the last one to touch that. He'll hit the mic again. I think that's like the 5th time that mic's been hit on the pitch. Nice little clunk. Ellis Hayden will take the throw in. Ball into Cheney. Good job there by Pierre to win that one. As Avila goes down. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday, May 8th, 7 p.m. for the USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN2, showcasing the Tampa Bay Rowdies traveling to Music City to take on Nashville SC in a contest featuring 2 playoff hopefuls. It's the best week of the match, or match of the week. Woo! May 8th on ESPN+. Excuse me, ESPN2. A big matchup. It's the USL Game of the Week. Hasso. Challenge from behind, wins the ball. but unable to completely win it. Losing Martinez for this Monarchs side has kind of changed the complexity so far of this Monarchs. There was a lot of hold-up play, and they were able to build through the wings. Now, Chang's sitting a little higher. You don't really have that offensive prowess. Bicycle kick there from Cheney, and he was feeling it.
Yeah, you've lost a little bit of your creativity with Chang moving a little bit further forward. No slight on Arriaga.
Nice kick there. Beautifully executed, but right into the body of Ochoa. Ball pushed forward. Daly will track that down, and the Monarchs are going to sit back slightly. Cochran plays it forward. Komu easily will win it. But the second ball won by Fresno. Ball out wide. Akomu able to cut off the pass from Cooper. As you had Busalevic running right down the seam. And if that ball was able to find him, he might have had a pretty good opportunity on goal.
Good shape by the big center back there to keep his leg in the way of that ball coming back. He kind of knew that the ball was going to be pulled back, anticipated that, but again, the Monarchs getting caught just a little bit in behind. Need to watch out for that as Fresno continue to grow into this game.
Cooper plays it into the box. Ochoa rises up. Ochoa is taken down by Cheney.
Couple of fouls now by Cheney. He's a big physical center forward.
Right up into the body of Ochoa. Definitely a foul. One of those guys that often finds him in the right spot at the right time. And for the second time today, has been in a good situation. Right in front of the oncoming ball. Scored the first one in the first half. Or excuse me, in the first goal of this second goal of the first half. In the 27th minute of play. As Ochoa is up.
I think the ref just gave Cheney his last verbal warning. Might see yellow for the next challenge. It's a little late.
You can't fault him for that challenge, though, going up in the air. One of those that's crosses coming in. You would expect a center forward to go up for that.
Absolutely.
Cheney, 24-year-old, 6'2", 179. His first goal of the 2019 season. He scored in the 27th minute of play to equalize things. Monarchs playing a lot of possession on the right side of the pitch. Bad giveaway defensively. Attack coming. Jackson with the shot. Just wide. And no touch there. Looked like Ochoa had his post covered, but a good opportunity there from Fresno. Missed. Just wide.
Coming from the turnovers of the Monarchs as well, which is a little bit disappointing. I think that'll be something that Martin Vasquez will be looking to address at halftime. There's been a couple of occasions where they've got in behind, but it's because the Monarchs have just been a little lackadaisical in the middle of the park.
And that's one of the issues the Monarchs have had this season. Really, in the last handful of games, that has been their struggle. They've dug holes by defensive mistakes. And almost another one that cost them there here late in the first half. Ball forward, trying to find Chang. Cut off by Del Campo. But settled momentarily by Chang. One away by Cooper. Kotomoto out to Jackson. A lot of space in front of him. Ellis Hayden coming wide. A foul will be whistled on Avila. Monarchs look like they're a little bit on the back foot here in the last 5 or so. Here at Zions Bank Stadium.
Yeah, the shape wasn't quite right there. I don't mind that foul by Avila. Just kind of stops play. Allows the lads to regroup and get their shape again.
Cut off by Pierre. Schmidt trying to play it forward. One opportunity coming. Cut out by Pierre. Nicely done defensively. Busalevic try to open the field up. Big switch there. Across the field, excuse me, through the back line for Fresno. Kotomoto. Out wide, defended by Akomu. Ball's gonna be swung in, looking deep. And Ochoa there to collect high. Out of the air. Pierre with a lot of space in front of him. He'll pick up his head. Ball took a little longer for him to get forward. It'll be a giveaway by the Monarchs. Got to be a little more disciplined in those situations, Spence. You can't take all of the time, where the Monarchs were really a little lackadaisical on that one. Ball's going to go out for a throw-in here in the 45th minute. Stoppage time will be announced shortly. All knotted up at 1. Ellis Hayden will take the throw-in. Scott Jones will announce stoppage time here momentarily. He'll lift the sign and show 3 minutes.
There will be 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes.
Akomo. Wide to Hasso. Hasso to Avila. To Chang. Chang tries to turn. Gets a little too fancy. Jackson. He'll go forward. Ball stripped from behind by Chang. Good defensive work there. Ball out wide to Brody, where the Monarchs have been successful. Chang in the middle of the park. Out wide to Pierre. Monarchs have players in the box. Can Pierre get service in? He'll elect to pull it back. Pena. Almost through that first of 3 unofficially. Hasso. Touch gets away from him, but able to keep it inside the box. Arriaga was trying to find Schmidt. Schmidt wasn't even realizing that that ball was still an opportunity for him.
Just a little bit on his heels there, but, you know, you're quite right. Probably didn't expect that to make it towards his path.
Schmidt's going to be taken out from behind. Ellis Hayden, we whistled for the foul. Fresno, one of the older teams really in the USL, quite a few players over the age of 30. Monarchs' oldest player, I believe, is 28. And a lot of young talent for this Monarch side on the field today.
I don't expect that to get younger, particularly with the academy products, as we look to keep them and stop young players moving to Europe.
Avila plays it inside the box, trying to find Okomu. It'll be headed away, and Fresno's going to try to attack. Jackson, Pena. Pena's going to come across and win that one defensively. He'll just play it out to slow up the counterattack. Arriaga, good defense there. Chang will be stripped away. It'll be a throw in. The AR on this near side really did mention that it was going to go the opposite way for Fresno, but overridden by the center referee. I have to agree with the AR. Looked like a throw-in for Fresno. Getting late in stoppage time here. Monarchs trying to find the go-ahead goal. Brody to Chang. Chang to Avila. Avila on top of the 18. Avila. A worm burner. Cut away, though. Monarchs still with it. Just outside the box. Brody. Forward. Pena. Out wide to Pierre. Monarchs have numbers in the box. Ball trying to be played in, and it'll go out for a throw-in here late in the first half.
Some really good footwork from Avila there.
45 minutes of soccer have been played, and we're level here at Zions Bank Stadium. 1-1. Goal scored in the 17th minute and the 27th, as both sides had a pretty respectable half.
Yeah, not bad at all. I mean, there's certainly some things to work on for both teams, but you can instantly see the differences between how they build up towards the attack. Fresno a little bit longer over the top, trying to hit Cheney, a big center forward, a typical old-fashioned number 9, very mobile though, and got his goal that he deserved. And then obviously you've got the Monarchs that are looking to build up from the back and play through the midfield and play out wide. So fun first 45 minutes, but definitely some things to work on.
And some decisions to be made for both head coaches as they're going to try to see if they can figure out how to get all 3 points and not just walk away with 1. Fresno obviously could be pretty content with the 1 point, keeping their streak undefeated. We're going to take a break here in the first half, and we'll be back with stats from the first half here shortly.
All right, guys, let's hear you guys. Get ready.
I'm trying to make something up here.
Half these don't even apply to, like, I'm saying them and they're funny.
Yeah, my favorite movie is, I forgot.
I'm originally from Poland.
Sorry.
Jalisco, Mexico, Real head coach.
Follow Stadium Personnel.
Nombre es Ricardo Ávila.
A country I'd like to visit is Hawaii. Is that not a country? Hawaii's not a country, is it? It's classed as a state. This is my jam. Let's do it.
Is there a prize at the end of this?
Oof, that's good. I'm gonna kill this. All right.
Oh my gosh, what's his name? Godzilla. Oh no, it's Jurassic Park.
Master. You should have seen that one.
I'm not gonna get anything.
Disney princess. All right, I'm from Orlando. I got this. This is easy money. I just went to Disneyland. Let's do it.
The girl from the sea, I forgot her name.
Oh my goodness.
I'm blanking. Next.
Family Matters. The Sopranos. Gosh.
What was that one? Mean Girls. Yeah, Bad Girls. From Orlando. What do you mean? I went to Disney every weekend.
I just made up a name there at the end.
Favorite players? I don't even know. Next. Sorry about that. Boom. One take.
America First Credit Union, ensuring the financial health of local families and businesses for 80 years. Tonight's match is presented by Steward Healthcare. Steward, world-class healthcare where you live. Visit steward.org. Mountain America, start preparing for your future today with Picture Perfect savings accounts from Mountain America. They offer term deposits, youth accounts, retirement savings, and more. Visit macu.com. For banking that always puts the best team on the pitch, Zions Bank is for you.
Okay, people, it's Ford Truck Month. And you know what that means. The best deals on America's best-selling trucks for 42 years straight. And with over 28 million sold, isn't it time to join the stampede?
Now get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 72 financing plus $1,000 trade assist cash, or get over $13,000 in total savings.
Welcome into the beautiful Zions Bank Stadium here in Harriman City. Brody inside the team. Brody shot and a goal! Andrew Brody.
Blake takes the shot and he hammered it home.
shot, score!
Now Morton's coming up, it's headed and in.
Not it back in. Sandoval is there. So is Hamilton. Loose in front. It's Freighter. What a hit. New Mexico equalized in the dying moments. It's a hat trick for Freighter. Unbelievable at the lab.
Juan Pablo Capa with a direct free kick. Chips it. A goal. The equalizer for the captain.
Lomas in. Lomas! And how about North Carolina FC? Lomas with his 6th goal of the season.
Back to the goal scorer. Barnby will try again. And another.
That is absolutely world class. That is much harder than it looks to do.
Didi Traore. Oh my goodness, what a run. Didi Traore crosses. Didi Traore! It is a work of magnificence.
We're back here on the half. And we might be playing a little lightsaber battle up here, but we'll check out the USL Team of the Week. Let's get a look at that. Kayvon Frater, a former Real Monarch, is the USL Championship Player of the Week. Michael Salazar, a guy I played against in college, another guy, 3 goals, a hat trick for him, but a few other recognizable faces on the field. Barnby, who the Monarchs played a couple weeks ago. Williams, who the Monarchs will see coming up. Coutinho is the USL Player of the Week in Week 5. That's actually slightly old. You saw the Player of the Week on the graphic, Kayvon Frater, a former Monarch. We'll check out some stats from the first half and talk about those Monarchs with a better share of the possession. Really not a whole ton to show for it. Like we talked about, one of the game changers for this Monarch side in that first half was losing Martinez.
Massive loss for the Monarchs when particularly you have Chang behind, that he can hit him a little bit over the top. Now that they've switched positions, obviously Chang gets the goal, but now that he's the point man, you've lost a little bit of that creativity in behind.
And it's going to be one of the things that Martin Vasquez is going to have to deal with. He really doesn't have that natural striker on the bench. Masta Cashier is another attacking option, and Josh Hurd, but really no other striker to be had for today. What adjustments does Martin make in this second half to make it more competitive like that, you know, from the 25th minute essentially to the 40th minute where the Monarchs were a little bit more dominant?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tate Schmidt, who's already made his Major League Soccer debut for Real Salt Lake. He played up front. He could be an option that we could change some of those tactics a little bit. Maybe they didn't want to do too much in the middle of the first half, but he's definitely an option for the Monarchs to play centrally.
If you're Adam Smith and Fresno, what adjustments do you make if you're trying to, A, keep this game 1-1, or even try to go to steal 3 points?
Yeah, they've done very, very well through the middle of the park. Monarchs have been a little bit guilty of being lackadaisical in that middle part where they've been able to get those turnovers in Fresno's favor. I think that they'll just continue to do what they've done. And if they continue to do what they've done and Monarchs don't make the right adjustments, it could be a long second half for the Monarchs.
One of the things Fresno has on the bench is 2 very capable goal scorers in Johnson and Kaffa, but they do have a midweek game, so they have to be very cognizant of that. With the launch of the USL Academy, USL Soccer League now has an elite youth platform to offer its clubs in the Championship, League 1 and League 2. As such, these clubs can now develop a more clearly defined path for youth prospects in their area to reach the professional level and sign directly with their senior side. In 2019 and 2020, the USL Academy Cup, the first competition under this tier, will bring together top U13 and U17 academy teams from clubs to identify and accelerate the development of these top youth players with the potential to play professional soccer. 2 regional events will be held in October and respectively in February of 2020. With the final tournament being held in Tampa in May of 2020. That will be in Tampa in in May, Memorial Day weekend of 2020. As of today, we have 33 clubs represented across one or both age groups broken down by levels. Though that number can increase, and as we may be accepting more clubs at the U13 age later in the year. Visit uslacademy.com to learn more about that. Also news from around the league this week, USL League One announced the 13th side to join, and it'll be Omaha. When Omaha joins Rochester and Penn as the three clubs to join the league next season. Use the hashtag USL Omaha 2020. Former Nebraska Omaha head coach, RSL Academy coach Jason Mims is named head coach of that side. So a familiar name around here. As both sides are back out on the pitch and almost ready to go for this second half. Statistics, like we mentioned, possession pretty even, 55-45 in favor of the Monarchs. Goals, like we mentioned, 1-1. Shots, though, in favor of Fresno, 3 versus 2 for the Monarchs. So it doesn't look like any adjustments were made at the half. Both sides come out identical to how they left the first half. One of the adjustments, though, the Monarchs had to make was, if you're just tuning in, had to substitute Martinez in the first half. Looked like due to a head injury, waiting to get confirmation on that as we're underway here in the second 45. Be a throw in for Fresno. Cooper. Trying to find Cheney. Good little turn there. But unable to make things completely happen as the Monarchs try to clear. It'll be a throw in for the Monarchs. Ryden. Swings it over to Pierre. Arriaga. Akomu. Monarchs content, kind of trying to figure out where they need to go. Chang, sitting slightly deeper. No one forward for Brody, though. Out wide to Hasso. Hasso into Chang. Chang defended by 3. Finds Pena. To Arriaga. Akomu. Akomu back to Ochoa. Kind of a slow-moving first little bit so far, as Brody tried to fake like he was coming in and was going to let that roll and run forward, but it'll be out for a throw-in for the Monarchs.
Yeah, just getting that feel of the early minutes again, like we did in the first half, Landon. Just seeing, just feeling each other out again a little bit. See if there's been any adjustments, trying to figure that out and cheat a little bit.
Schmidt gets it to Avila. Avila, a little bit of space in front of him to Arriaga. Plays it wide to Pierre. Pierre inside the box. And a dangerous ball. I don't think I don't think Cochran really knew where that was for a moment.
Yeah, got caught on his heels a little bit. He had to get his feet moving, did the goalkeeper. But nice overlapping run from the fullbacks again.
She'll get a replay look at that. Definitely a cross. Maybe if it was bending in instead of out, that maybe had some eyes for goal. Campo plays it forward. Monarchs win it. Schmidt, he'll open up. Looks at Arriaga, but plays it to Pena. Pena out wide to Brody. Monarchs got to get some numbers in the box if they're going to look to cross. No one's there. Got to make some adjustments. The ball played out wide. Fresno sitting in a little deeper here in this second half. But a substitution looks like they're getting somebody ready down there. Diego Castillas. Brody going forward. Brody's going to be foul and a good free kick distance here. Substitution coming here for Fresno. Chang's gonna stand over this. And Chang's very capable of hitting and scoring a goal from this distance. 5 goals on the season.
Fresno substitution, leaving the match 18, Alex Cooper.
Excuse me, Casillas will come on for Cooper. As Fresno's gonna make the adjustment. Casillas is gonna rush on 4 in the wall in front of Chang. Chang stands over this free kick. Michael Chang never caught that ball around as he put it way up and over. That will leave the pitch.
Yeah, didn't quite wrap his foot around the ball like he was hoping to.
It'll be a free kick, or excuse me, a goal kick for Fresno. Looks like Fresno's still trying to make that tactical adjustment as they brought in Casillas. Good one header there from Cheney. Ball quickly swung out to Brody. Casillas is going to play here on this near side. As Martin dropped in along the back line. He'll play next to Del Campo, so you'll have Casillas sitting slightly in front of him in the midfield. Campo will now, or excuse me, Martin will play left back. Be a throw in for Fresno on that far side. Here in the 52nd minute of play, all knotted up at 1. Avila able to find Chang. Chang's now going to get the return pass. Tries to get under it, can't get around Daly. It'll be out for a goal kick.
Yeah, good positioning by the defender there. And just ushered him out.
Both teams have made 1 substitution so far. Monarchs forced to use theirs due to injury. Fresno electing to bring on Casillas. See if they can change the flow of things. Big ball wide there from Del Campo. Kept in by Jackson. Del Campo forward. Inside to Busilevic. Little interchange there from Busilevic and Jackson. Ryden. Not what you want to see defensively. Another error and an opportunity just over the bar. But another defensive mistake providing an opportunity for Fresno as you see this in a shot from Busilevic.
Yeah, again, trying to play the ball out from the back, but there's a time and a place to do that. I'm sure there'll be a few words in his ear. He knows that he needs to do better there, the captain. Ochoa. He'll play it forward to Okomu.
54th minute of play. Still knotted up at 1. Offensively, the Monarchs are still trying to figure out if that adjustment can be made to get an attack that's going to provide some potency. Cheney rises up. Cheney wins the header. He'll go out for a goal kick. On a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Harriman, Utah. Snow-capped mountains to the west and the east of us. So we're in between the Oka Range and the Wasatch Front. A lot of soccer here in Utah this weekend. Royals last night in action with a 1-0 victory. Monarchs in action here in Harriman, and this evening, Real Salt Lake in action at Rio Tinto Stadium. Casillas, defended by Pierre. Pierre goes stride for stride with him. Plays it out, and it'll be a throw-in for Fresno. Deep inside the Monarchs area, Fresno with the throw-in. Jackson will throw it in. Oh, nice back heel there. Opportunity here. Takes a deflection, and Ochoa is there as it kind of trickles back into him, but a good opportunity there from Fresno as it kind of built through that back heel of Kodomoto. Stanley goes down. Cheney, opportunity, Kodomoto, pushed away! Ochoa with the save!
Johnny on the spot there, Ochoa. Really, really solid goalkeeping shot, stopping from the goalkeeper.
Monarchs bench looking for the foul. As you can see here what planet that's not a foul on. I don't know many of the planets in Star Wars, but maybe on a few of those.
The Death Star.
Rebel forces would not be happy with that one. Chang. Out wide to Brody. Brody looking back stick. Kept in by Schmidt, but cleared away. Avila, optimistic, but puts that one up out of Zions Bank Stadium.
Would you say a Wookiee mistake?
Might have been a Wookiee mistake. But he's a veteran, so we can't quite use that one. Someone had to go there, right?
Had to go there.
And tomorrow's Revenge of the Fifth. Oh, Sith, sorry, one of the two. It's also Cinco de Mayo. Jackson, he'll go forward. Jackson, players in front of him, still on his feet. Ball wide to Hayden Ellis. Shot! Pushed away! Ryden's there, and Ryden scores an own goal, I believe. Fresno's gonna take the 2-1 lead here in the 58th minute on an own goal.
Great first save from Ochoa there. Just cannot believe it. He's absolutely distraught, the goalkeeper. Opened up, great initial save. And just comes off the knee.
Takes an awkward deflection. And Fresno's up 2-1 here in the 58th minute of play. And they have eyes for all 3 points here at Zions Bank Stadium. You know, here's one of those moments, and I know David would echo this, Horst, but one of those things you have to do if you make a mistake like that, you have to just forget about it and continue to move forward. Because if you let that ride, this could go the complete opposite way.
Yeah, you need to continue to concentrate on the game right now. Get that out of the back of your mind. Move forward and, you know, just do your part.
Ryden looks like he's still gingerly moving. I don't know if he's struggling, maybe picked up a knock on that play. Chang's going to try to go forward. Chang really is kind of attacking by himself, though. Got to give some credit to Ellis Hayden for putting that shot in on Ochoa. Zariaga goes down. Kodamoto looking forward, plays it wide to Martin. Martin, a little fancy little turn. Fresno has the ability now to slow up the game a little bit, if they'd like. Busalevic out wide to Ellis Hayden. Kodamoto. Martin. Just a little bit of a passing clinic right now from Fresno as they're able to put the ball where they want. But a giveaway there. Schmidt tries to get around Casillas. Daly. He'll play it forward to Cheney. Player warming up for Fresno. Looks to be Johnson. Get updates and alerts all year by following your favorite club on ESPN.com. Search your home team, then click follow to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus reminders on your favorite home team's next match. Go to ESPN.com and click follow for your club. It's the follow button on ESPN. Ball back to Okomu. You know, own goals are one of those things that are tough for a player. Like I mentioned, you have to step away, forget about it. And especially in a situation that Ryden is today, being the captain and wearing the captain's armband, you've got to figure out a way to now bring that level up a notch, because now you're down 2-1 at home.
Yeah, massive opportunity for him. You know, all eyes are on him. He's had a decent game, to be honest with you, for that first 60 minutes. I mean, he made the challenge initially to get the ball away, just bounces off of his knee. Just an unfortunate error there. And the Monarchs find themselves 2-1 down.
Fresno is 9-1-6 all time when scoring multiple goals. Another opportunity and a goal! Fresno with number 3 here in the 61st minute of play.
Cheney with a double now. Been a real thorn in the Monarchs side all afternoon.
You're going to get a replay look at this one. Coming from out wide, Jackson puts it in the box. And Cheney just beat Okomu to the ball, and that one had the back of the net. And Cheney with the brace. Monarchs score first, but now find themselves in a 3-1 hole here at Zions Bank Stadium. Pena, out wide to Hasso. Finding Brody, into Chang. Chang, nice turn there. Opens up his hips, puts it wide to Schmidt inside the box. Schmidt brings it down to Avila. Avila, shot! Just wide. But not a bad look there from the Monarchs. You want to see more players in the box, but sometimes those opportunities will pop out wide. Maybe a little further wide than it looked as initial thoughts, but not a bad idea there from Avila.
Yeah, tried this a couple of minutes ago, about 5 minutes ago, and just caught this one a little bit better. Again, nice open play from the Monarchs, getting out wide and then pulling that ball back for the guys, for the midfielders that are on rushing at the top of the box.
Monarchs have found themselves down 2 goals here at Zions Bank Stadium this season one other time. But it was in the first half that they were down 2 goals, came back to win 3-1 or 3-2 against San Antonio. They're going to need a little more of that magic this afternoon if they're to try to sneak back and get all 3 points. You can hear Martin Vasquez saying, this is the time we have to move forward. Ryden, back to Ochoa. Monarchs now have conceded 16 goals on the season, scored 16. It's a defensive mistake there by Akomu. Arriaga tries to push it away, but one back by Fresno. Ellis Hayden, defended by Brody. Daly. Big ball there. No one on rushing. It'll go all the way back to Ochoa. I know there's many Fresno fans out there trying to figure out how this team's doing it so far this afternoon. Played back. Cochran quickly has to adjust. He'll play it wide, and he'll go out for the throw-in. I was mentioning many Fresno fans out there thinking, how are they doing this out without two of the guys that they thought they needed to have on the pitch in Johnson and Kaffa? Bull still on the bench.
As we talked about as well, Landon, you know, you have a GM like Frank Yallop, who's been around such a long time. You expect him to build something, particularly at this level, USL level, something that could last for the next few years, absolutely.
Fresno's been a pretty good side during their time in the USL Championship. Akomu. Headed back by Pierre to Pena. Pena clips it in, trying to find Chang. Ball was kind of floated in there, though. Don't know that it had too much of an opportunity. Hasso called for the foul on Martin. Cheney comes over and gets some water from the sideline. He's put in a good work rate tonight for Fresno. 2 goals for him. See if he can find the brace this afternoon. A lot of soccer going on around the world. There's many Liverpool fans out there keeping an eye on that game.
Cheney definitely working for that hat trick now after the brace.
Throwing for the Monarchs. In the corner to Komu. Hasso. Hasso picks up his head, tries to play it forward. He'll take a deflection. It'll be another throw in for the Monarchs. Ball inside, a little bit of a dangerous area. It's Arriaga and Ryden. Ryden there with a nice little faked half turn. He'll play it forward, trying to find Chang. No one there. Arriaga, forward to Schmidt. Schmidt's gonna go forward. Pull it back just at the midfield stripe. Monarchs look like they're gonna make their final 2 substitutions. They're gonna be 2 offensive-minded substitutions. See if they can turn this game back in their favor. Brody was held up there by Ellis Hayden. Again, we'd like to thank all those of you tuning in this afternoon on ESPN Plus. Here for a USL Championship matchup in the Western Conference. Looks like we're going to see that substitution coming here from Fresno as well, as they're going to make their second substitution of the match. Jamal Johnson is up and ready to go. Training staff still on the field. Is Martin getting assisted to his feet. Nice close view there from our awesome camera team. Do a wonderful job of producing these games here at Zions Bank Stadium. Looks like we're going to see 3 substitutes come on here at the next opportunity. Martin will step off the pitch. Fresno going to play a man down here momentarily. Well, they're going to wave him on. Johnson will come on, and Martin will come off.
Entering the match, number 11, Jamal Johnson.
Allowed him to make a substitution. Monarchs player still standing on the side. Wondered if it took a second to get their paperwork in. Avila, he'll stand over it. Swung in with the left foot, just in top of the box. Headed back stick, still in, and headed away. It'll be a corner kick for the Monarchs.
Lovely flighted ball from Avila there. Hits the first man, he gets the flick on, and Giacomo just couldn't get that ball. Didn't drop quick enough for him to try and get that header on target.
It's going to be a corner kick for the Monarchs. Avila, he'll step out to take this one. Monarchs have to find the head of Akomu or Ryden. Ryden last season started out really solid with multiple goals off corners. Ball whipped in. Ryden found it, just able to not able to direct it on goal as he pushed it wide. But that was the look the Monarchs needed.
Really good run from the top of the area from the captain in Ryden. Wins the ball, but just flops that just far, too far. And that goes out for a goal kick.
Hasso is going to step off the pitch, and Josh Hurd will come on. That's going to move Brody back to where Hasso was. And Hurd's going to come in on this left side. Another academy product going to leave the pitch in Jordan Pena and Master Cacher. Colorado Springs player will step on the pitch for the Monarchs. Looks like Tate is going to be pushed a little higher as Cacher is going to go wide, and the Monarchs are going to adjust defensively to provide some more attack with these fresh legs. Como wins the header, but pushed from behind. Still asking and wondering where that call was. Ochoa plays it forward to Chang. Hurd, fresh legs. Good job there by Hayden Ellis. Hurd's going to be called for the tug of the jersey, and a good call there by our center referee.
Great energy already that Hurd has provided, just coming on the field. Obviously fresh legs, but he's obviously quick and really looking to force this left back to keep him honest and make sure that he keeps him on his heels or on his toes as much as possible.
Ball pushed out wide. Back to Cochran. Cochran looked like he mishit it. Jackson able to keep it in. Ball then crossed completely the line there. Ryan's going to go up for the header. Towards Cacher, and it's still in. Cacher keeps it in. Does a good job there to battle, but Jackson wins it away. All the way back. This game's definitely opened up, but Fresno with a little bit of opportunity, being up 3-1. Hurd. Trying to get Chang, trying to get around Del Campo. Fresno 7 shots on goal in this game, 7 shots in total, 4 on goal so far. Monarchs with 3 shots. Possession favoring the Monarchs increased from that 55-45, now it's 61-39. Monarchs is there given that opportunity to possess, but down 2 goals, so that's where possession really doesn't matter in a situation like that, unless opportunities are coming. Pierre out wide to Schmidt. Schmidt just wide of the box, trying to get around Daly. Defended well. Arriaga. Took him a touch too long to get that one over. And Fresno's going to try to break. Out wide. Kept out by Okumu. Fresno still with it. Takes a deflection inside the box and pushed up and over the bar by Ochoa. Really didn't have a decision there to keep that one in. Just had to be sure and push it over the bar.
Yeah, didn't want to mess around with that one. I mean, obviously, trying to get back into the game here, it's easier to give up a corner than an opportunity that bounces off the bar or anything like that. Just give Cheney any kind of opportunity to get that hat trick. He's been Johnny on the spot all afternoon.
He's one of those guys you can't give an opportunity. He's smelling blood in the water right now, especially being up 3-1. Fresno has an opportunity to see if they can throw everything at the Monarchs to close this one out. That next goal would probably be the nail in the coffin. Ball inside the box, headed, still kept in, Daly. Kotomoto. Nice little turn there, defended by 2. Avila. And the counterattack cut off by Fresno. Back to Okomu. Be sure to tune in Wednesday, May 8th for the USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN2, showcasing the Tampa Bay Rowdies traveling to Music City to take on Nashville SC in a contest featuring 2 playoff hopefuls. It's the best match on the Game of the Week, May 8th on ESPN2. All played long, no one there, but an opportunity coming for the Monarchs as that one's headed too far back, and it'll be a corner kick for the Monarchs. Avila is going to step out to take the corner kick for the Monarchs. 76th minute of play. Monarchs trail 3-1 here to Fresno. Corner kick swung in. Headed away by Fresno. Kept in momentarily by the Monarchs. But a break coming. Jackson, he'll go forward. Chased by Okomu. 2 defending him. Ball forward and flag up as Johnson gets his first touch and is way behind the defensive line.
Again, good shape, even on the counter-attack. Good shape by the Monarchs' back line there to be able to make sure that they are communicating and allowing those forwards to run offside.
The wall's going to come onto the match. And he'll replace the man with the brace tonight and the 2 decisive goals for Fresno. All from Nigeria. 5'10", 170. His last club, Chicago FC United. Looks like it'll be a direct swap there. Some fresh legs up top for Adam Smith. You can see they're allowing the Monarchs to have possession, but really dropping a little further back. But when you have that lead, Spencer, you have an opportunity to really do that to a side.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they know the Monarchs are going to be pouring on to try and get themselves into the game.
There was an arm back there towards Hurd. No foul call. The crowd wanted something.
Yeah, just 2 players jostling for the ball. But as I was saying, they know the Monarchs are going to be pushing forward now. It's going to leave gaps at the back.
Chang outside the box. Still able to keep possession. Cashier, he'll go at the defense. He'll be stripped of it. And Johnson's going to come back, putting in some defensive work. Busalevic. Some good work right there. Avila. Avila takes a shot from distance. My goodness. That looked like it was goal bound, but Cochran there to save it.
He's put a couple of threateners in earlier on in the game, Landon. He's got a really cultured left foot. He gets all his weight behind that. Maybe a little bit too far out. So goalkeeper was able to see that coming all the way. But again, Panamanian is head and shoulders. Sometimes some of his players head and shoulders above the teammates that are on the field with him today.
Takes something special to beat a keeper from that distance. Go ask the keeper in goal, as Messi was able to put one back in. I won't go on that because I know you're a Liverpool fan, but we'll stop there. But that was something special.
You leave my Alisson Becker alone, young man.
I wasn't even going to say his name. I'm not embarrassed for him, but there's not much you can do when Messi stands over a free kick like that.
The world has seen it. I don't think he's even embarrassed. Just a cracking strike from a phenomenal player.
He's become a viral sensation. Well, maybe not him, but the goal. Out wide, trying to find Pierre Schmidt. Ball was cut off by Fresno. The Wall trying to go forward. Chang out wide to Brody. This is where the Monarchs' first goal came from. Brody inside the box. Cleared away by Del Campo. And another corner kick coming for this Monarchs side.
And you can tell why Andrew Brody's been able to make a career, or start of this season, a career at right back, because he makes those overlapping runs. We know that he can make great deliveries. Another good one there.
Coming in. Schmidt, but headed up over the bar by Del Campo. There'll be a corner kick again for the Monarchs. Avila will take it again. 80th minute of play. 10 and change left in this one. Monarchs going to see if they can get back into it. Ball inside the box. Pierre got on the end of that, but the keeper did a good job, Cochran, to come out and collect. Ten and change. Can the Monarchs find the second, giving them life to try to pull back a point? Or can Fresno put the nail in the coffin?
Yeah, if Monarchs can get one back now, Landon, obviously puts a little pressure on towards the last few minutes, but they need to do something now to give them an opportunity to work on a couple of different ideas to try and open this back line out.
Some rain lightly falling here at Zions Bank Stadium. Cachere able to keep it in to Pierre. Looks pretty good in his debut, professional debut for Pierre for this Monarch side. Komu to Arriaga. They're homegrown for Real Salt Lake. Out wide. Pierre settles to Cachere. Cachere looking back stick. Ooh, that finds Chang, and that might be in the back of the net. Cut off well by Ellis Hayden. Monarchs going to go quickly for the corner kick. 82nd minute of play, still 3-1. Chang going to play it in with his left foot. Swung in near post. Still inside the box. Cochran rises up high to bring that one home. Monarchs team's moving forward, and like we mentioned, possession is going to be in their favor. But they've got to figure out how to get that next goal if they want to get back into this game. Avila. Let's try to spring forward. Cachere. Cachere in a foot race with Jackson. Beats him to it. And we played out for a corner. Honor's going to continue to throw the big men forward. Okomu and Ryden. Ryden looks a little ginger since that own goal. Ball played inside the box. Pierre rises. Chang's going to settle. Avila out wide to Brody. Brody's going to get another chance to play it in the box. Defended. He'll go at the defense. Puts it in. Back stick. Looking. Ryden put it on frame. But my goodness, took a deflection and goes wide. Good opportunity there for the Monarchs as we'll get a replay look at that.
Yeah, I don't think the goalkeeper actually knew that it hit him. I think it comes off of his leg. My word. Really are pushing now, the Monarchs.
Arriaga, shot, deflect, and a nice goal there! Josh Hurd redirects it into the back of the net. Monarchs pull one back.
And this was just what we needed, Landon, for the Monarchs here. We were talking about if they get a goal now, put on a little bit of pressure for the last 7 or 8 minutes. they've done just that. Game just got interesting again.
One of the things I struggle with as a player, especially as a defender, is watching. We'll get a replay look at this short corner take, and Arriaga puts it in the box, and Hurd just does a nice, beautiful turn there to put it in the back of the net. Get a replay look at that again. But what I was saying is going too defensive as a team sometimes hurts and puts you in situations where you're going to get pounded on. I mean, there was 4 straight corners, and the Monarchs were finally able to pull one back. Can they get another one back? Ball out wide. Casillas not able to keep it in. 3-2. Interesting late here at Zions Bank Stadium. Fresno trying to steal 3 points. Monarchs trying to pull one back, another one back, and see if they can get 1 point. Ball inside the box. Schmidt falls to Cashier! Wide! And that was the opportunity. 2 guys had opportunities. Schmidt just unable to get on the end of it. And then Cashiers, you'll get a replay look at that, had an opportunity, just unable to put it on frame.
But you can see what the goal has done for the Monarchs now.
Life in the offense.
Sparked them up.
Josh Hurd and Master Cashier have been very active on the wings as they've come on here as second half substitutes. Cochran. Pierre's going to win that. Tate will settle. Monarchs still attacking. Out wide to Hurd. Hurd is going to get the ball back on the touchline, tries to keep it in, looking back stick. Cashier overruns it. Played high and long. It's got to be a foul, though. No look there from Lual. It's Casillas. He's going to go inside the box. Opportunity here from Fresno. And this game is both ways here as we're in the final 4+.
Yeah, the Monarchs really opening themselves up at the back there as they do chase down this equalizer late in the game, Landon. But they still have to go a little bit careful because this Fresno team has been deadly in front of goal.
Bad giveaway there from the Monarchs. Opportunity. Still inside the box. Shot off the woodwork. My goodness gracious. Holy smokes. Things are all over the place here in the past few. Schmidt tries to find Avila. Avila's going to be called for the foul. We're going to see a replay of that one hitting the pole. Avila's going to see yellow, I think, for the descent there.
Great initial save from Ochoa, and then, to be honest, there was only one place he could put the ball, and that was high with the amount of guys on the back of the line there.
Yellow card shown to Ricardo Avila here in the 87th minute.
I think it was more to do with his words with the referee afterwards. I don't think the foul was an initial yellow, but it was his reaction. Panamanian just feeling a little bit of frustration there. A couple of opportunities that he's had on goal, maybe wanting to have done better there and help his teammates out.
Might have showed a stud there, though. Free kick coming here from for Del Campo and Fresno. Fresno with the 3-2 lead here late at Zions Bank Stadium. Ryden plays it high and forward. Schmidt wins the header initially. Monarchs battling. Casillas out wide. He'll be 1v1 with Pierre. He's got fresher legs. See what he can do. He's going to take it to the corner. Casillas is going to win the throw-in. A good job there to kill some clock. '89th minute of play. 3-2 Fresno. Jackson throwing. He's going to take his sweet time. Be another throw in. Who's up, who's down? Where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. It's USL's Championship Power Rankings. Ball on the touchline opportunity. Jackson takes a big swing. Ellis Hayden's going to take a crack. And he'll put it up and off the signage and the big board here at Zions Bank Stadium. We're entering the moment where we'll see stoppage time announced. Hearing unofficially will be, or officially it'll be 2 minutes. Akomu struggling to clear that one. The wall, back heel, beautiful shot and a goal. Jamal Johnson is going to put the nail in the coffin here on the Monarchs here at Zions Bank Stadium here late in this one.
And again, the defender just caught on his heels a little bit there. Had an opportunity to get that down and actually play it out wide or play it back to his goalkeeper. Just took a second too long, and Johnson was really, really alert there. Kept the pressure on. Ochoa won't be happy that that's gone through his hands either.
That's a tough one. There, an opportunity, and there was going to be some stoppage time to figure things out. But at a point like that, fans are already making their way for the exits. That was a tough goal to give up. Beautiful goal there by Jamal Johnson.
There will be 2 minutes of added time.
Particularly when the Monarchs have been making all the running for the last 5-6 minutes. You felt like it was going to be them getting the equalizer rather than Fresno getting a fourth.
It'll be a corner kick conceded. Maybe some still life left in the Monarchs. Gotta find one on this corner kick though. Arriaga will step out wide to take this corner. Arriaga puts it in the box. Akomu almost got his head on that one. Avila will chase it out to Chang. Chang clips it back in. Looking back stick, Ryden. Ryden rises up. Unable to keep it on frame. So we've got unofficially a minute left of stoppage. And a tough way to go down for the Monarchs. First half looked like a solid side. Second half, weren't able to keep the offense, gave up 2 goals. And were never able to completely get back into this game. Fresno, give all the credit in the world, they're gonna move once the final whistle hits to stay undefeated. One of 2 teams in the USL that will stay undefeated. So they're still attacking forward. They're gonna move to 3-0-4 on the season. Move right up that Western Conference standings. They still have a game in hands. So they'll play Wednesday night. Avila's got to be careful. He's already sitting on yellow. Can't be holding up into tackles like that. Arriaga to Chang. Out wide to Brody. The final whistle blown here at Zions Bank Stadium. Fresno's going to take all 3 points.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of today's match.
Now sit on 14 points on the season. Or excuse me, 13 points on the season. 3-0-4. Monarchs going to fall to 3-4-2. 11 points. Spence, final thoughts from this second half and game thoughts?
Yeah, unfortunately with the Monarchs, they weren't able to get the equalizer that you felt that they were going to be able to do. Overall, though, a very, very good Fresno team. They came in here and really executed their plan. Like they probably drew up and trained on all week, but very disappointing for the Monarchs.
Monarchs going to get a chance to regroup. They have a week off, which doesn't happen all the time, but we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with our final kind of analysis of this game, and then we'll close up shop here on May the 4th. America First Credit Union, ensuring the financial health of local families and businesses for 80 years. Tonight's match is presented by Steward Healthcare. Steward, world-class healthcare where you live. Visit steward.org. Mountain America. Start preparing for your future today with Picture Perfect savings accounts from Mountain America. They offer term deposits, youth accounts, retirement savings, and more. Visit macu.com. For banking that always puts the best team on the pitch, Zions Bank is for you.
A lot can happen when your sidekick is a dog.
I got this.
That's why you use Zelle in the Mountain America app. It makes sending and receiving money fast and easy. So Kicker and I can keep the adventure going.
Zelle is now in the Mountain America mobile app. Quickly send and receive money from almost anyone with a bank account in the U.S.
Kicker, my sleeping bag.
I've got this.
All with the convenience and security of the Mountain America app.
For the past 42 years, and with over 28 million sold, more people have put their hard-earned money on a Ford F-Series truck than any other pickup in America. Yeah, I'd say that's money well spent. It's Ford Truck Month, America. Time to join the stampede.
Now get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 72 financing plus $1,000 trade assist cash, or get over $13,000 in total savings.
Welcome into the beautiful Zions Bank Stadium here in Harriman City. Brody inside the 18. Brody shot and a goal! Andrew Brody.
Blake takes a shot, and he hammered it home.
Monarchs fall in a tough one here at Zions Bank Stadium. Only their second regular season loss all time. Fresno remains perfect on the season, undefeated in 2019. They really did look like the better side, the more capable side. The Monarchs scored first, but weren't able to figure things out completely.
Yeah, defensively, there's a lot to do for the Monarchs, but you have to praise Fresno coming in here, getting the goals, and really shutting up shop as well.
Let's check out the upcoming schedule around the USL for this afternoon and some of the games that are going to be in action. As you'll see, Colorado Switchbacks FC and El Paso will square off at 6 p.m. So will Tacoma Defiance and the OKC Energy. And at 8 p.m., the Galaxy and Austin Bold, who the Monarchs faced last week at 8 p.m. That's the upcoming games around the USL. Let's check out the schedule for the Monarchs, as you're going to see them go a week off here this next week. Then the following week going to be at Oklahoma City. That graphic's slightly wrong, but Oklahoma City Energy, 6:30 p.m. on the 18th. Then back here home at Zions Bank Stadium for that 8 p.m. kick here in late May. And you can see the rest of the remaining schedule up into the end of June. From Spencer Warren, Landon Southwick, from our wonderful team here at Zions Bank Stadium, we're going to close things up, but we thank you for tuning in this wonderful afternoon. Fresno FC walk away with the full 3 points and a great victory for them. Monarchs disappointed to drop 3 here at home, but we'll catch you next week.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.